All right, Libra, here we go. 7th slice of my 12 slice pie. Let's see where we go. Let's cut the deck. May 2026. What do you got? What do you got for angle number 7, Libra? Oh. All right, it's the Empress. Why, though? 6 of Cups. Somebody from your past is thinking about you a lot. A lot. A lot. Did I say a lot yet? Yeah. All right. Okay. They're coming. I was going to look at the third one. I'm sorry, I forgot. Judgment. Somebody from your past. Could be from childhood. Could be little Timmy from 6th grade. Right? Had a little crush on you. You know. Gave you one of those little conversation heart things. Right? Or whatever. Little candy thing. I don't know. My, how you've grown. I tell you what, best hits in the tarot. Somebody's coming back. They're showing up. No doubt about it. 7 of Wands. I'm not sure you're happy to see that. You seem defensive. Huh? You do. I can feel it. You're defensive towards me right now. Some of you. Chill the fuck out. I'm just giving you a reading. Relax. At the very least, I'll try to be funny. Actually, I don't try to be funny. When I try to be funny, I'm not funny. I don't know. Who cares? Let's go. Let's see where we go. All right. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here, you found Steve Love Cheery, you're here for a reason. All right. This reading is timeless. Could be future influence for you. For some of you, it may very well be. This person might, in the month of May, just be starting to think about you. Okay? I don't know. I think you're afraid. That 7 of Wands told me you might be afraid they're going to show up. We had this come up in a recent reading. I don't remember where it was, but I said something to the effect of, they live in London and you live in Ohio, and they call you and they're in Ohio. They're in your town. It kind of freaks you out a little bit. It's like, okay. I'm at the end of your street. I don't know which house it is, though. Which number are you at? We're in Aspen this week, so we're not even there. It's freaky. It's freaky creepy. All right. Bottom of the deck is the hidden energy. It's the High Priestess. Oh, fuck me. Oh, these readings are getting fun. I thought Aries was going to be, something in, the big one. I don't know. These are very interesting. The High Priestess, hidden energy. The overall energy of the pyramid that's going to fall on the table here is it's just hidden. It's just something's coming out that you didn't know about. Somebody's telling you something you didn't know about. Somebody's thinking about you that you haven't thought about in a long time. Somebody's showing up. Somebody's at the end of your street calling you, saying, hey, which number are you? And you're like, what? What? I don't know. I don't know if I should tell you. It's a strong soulmate. The connection is awakened, but I think it's only awakened on their side. I don't think it's awake for you yet. And that can be freaky. I think you might be the runner this time in this new connection. It is entirely possible. But I do want to point out one more time that the energies might just be setting up here in May. In other words, in May, they start dreaming about you. Now, because you reflected as Empress, you may know about it. You might wake up feeling a little, like you had some. You know what I'm saying? Like you got some. You might. There's a lot of hidden energies at play here. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Let's go. This is how they feel about you. This is what they think about you. Right? How they see you, whatever. Right here's the potential final outcome for you. I say potential because I cannot predict free will. Nobody can. I'm going to say that again because I think some people aren't hearing that based on some of the little tweets I get. I cannot predict free will. Neither can you, nor anybody, nor even the universe. That's what makes it fun for the universe. That's what makes human beings and animals in general such a pain in the ass, is free will. All right? So, that being said, I can't predict it. Potential final outcome. All right, let's see where we go. I'll clarify whatever I think needs clarifying. If we need universe cards at the end, I'll throw them. Let's go. You're my last reading before lunch. So let's see where we're at here. 5 of Wands. I know. Flem the Parrot heard lunch. He's like, lunch? Relax. Calm down. Calm down. All right. He knows certain words. He knows lunch. He definitely knows pizza and chicken. Those are his 2 favorite foods on the goddamn planet. Let me tell you. He knows both of those. I probably shouldn't have just said them. All right. Now he's up. All right. Page of... this is a student. What is happening here? And the Knight of Wands. Oh boy. This is how someone feels about you. This is the baseline energy. I would read these center, left, right like normal, but I'm just going to sort of paraphrase it. It's like an energy, can I just put it this way? The way these feelings are, they're very impulsive. So I'm not that far off with this person's usually like in London and you're in Ohio, and all of a sudden the phone rings and says, hey, I'm at the end of your street. Which number is your house? I'm sorry, who is this? Right? It's that kind of a thing. A little bit impulsive. But the way this energy feels, it's sort of like they were looking at an old yearbook and they saw your picture, and without any fucking resistance whatsoever, no resistance at all, they just hit it out. They booked a flight, they go boom, bang, they tried to find you, they found you online, and off they go. They show up. Now, this could be them just showing up on your social media. I don't know. But how somebody feels about you, they feel like they need to see you. They need to see how you turned out. They need to see what you've done, how you've been. It's just there. It's all tied up, and I'm definitely going to clarify this, and I'm definitely going to clarify this. I don't need that. Potential final outcome. Potential final outcome is tied to what they think. Freudian slip. It matters. Okay, so let me pull these. Queen of Wands. Very attracted. Oh, yeah, I told you this is somebody that might have had a crush on you back in the past. What else? The 10 of Cups, dreaming about you. The dreaming about you popped up in a dream. They remembered they got big wood over you, or wet wood, one or the other. Potential final outcome for you. The Page of Wands. Read with this page. You have a productive conversation with this person. But I feel like the first thing I wanted to say when this hit the table, the way the energy reflected, it's this part here where the greenish blue meets the yellow, and it came right in, and it's like you're thinking to yourself, I would be willing to bet, you're thinking to yourself, I wish this person had just stayed in my past. I'll talk to them, but I wish they'd just stayed in the past, My advice, if they call from the end of the street and say, which number are you? You say, I'll just come meet you at the end of the street. Go out your back door, jump the fence, go down to the street down below you, and go around and come up behind them. Because they'll be watching to see what driveway you come out of. Right? I'll tell you what. All right. Let's clarify. Let's go. Hidden energies, I tell you. I do think you have a very interesting conversation with this person. I don't know where it goes yet. They're very attracted to you. When they think about you, very attracted and a little bit delusional about you, I think. I think this is why these 3 are tied together. This is your final outcome, and this is how they see you. So I think somebody here, it's sort of like when you have a crush in 6th grade, all you're really crushing on is how someone looks. It's a very superficial crush. I think it's still very superficial. It feels very childish to you. It doesn't feel like it can go anywhere. All right? I do think something comes of this person dreaming about you, though. I do think that. Page of Cups. The Hangman, a new perspective, love. This might bring, this whole thing, this person thinking about you, might attract someone else to you as a byproduct. But this person's certainly coming towards you. They certainly want to hook up. They certainly want to meet up. Maybe hook up was the wrong way to phrase it. I don't know. I'm going to pull on this one first, the Knight of Wands. Tell me about the Knight of Wands. Jesus. These readings for May are crazy. Nothing too nefarious or bad. Just here's this random person from the past who all of a sudden starts thinking about you and doesn't even stop for a moment to think whether they should. They just headed your way. Got to see you, right? Hey, listen, I can dig it. I'm a call first kind of guy. So, I mean, unless you like birdshot flying at you, and I'll be kind and put birdshot in. I won't put the double odd buck, but, 7.5 shot birdshot ought to do the trick. It won't kill you, but it'll sting. If you like that, you better call first, motherfucker. All right. Knight of Wands. So let's see where we go. Knight of Cups. They feel like you'd want. They feel like you'd want to see them. They feel like they could get you. Yeah, I feel like that. I feel like they could get you. What's on top? The King of Pentacles. Why is that here? The Five of Swords. This is an arrogant person. This is a person. I said they feel like they could get you. And they do. The Five of Wands. No resistance at all. This is the weakest energy as it reflects back to me with these cards as a medium. This person doesn't even care. They don't care about what you think, about what I think, about what anybody thinks. They want what they want, and they're just going to go get it. This is a very arrogant person. All right, I think you may find that. Usually arrogance is a sign of immaturity. It usually reflects as little pages, at the most a Knight of Wands, who can very easily overstay their welcome, which is the Knight of Wands is a young knight. Okay? But they fancy themselves this. But people who fancy themselves things are rarely those things. You're either that thing or you're not. You could fancy yourself all sorts of shit. All right? Let's pull on this here. Page of Pentacles. I feel like they were looking through, it just has this vibe. They were looking through yearbooks, they found a picture, and they were thinking of me. They were thinking of you, thinking of me, thinking of somebody. That's the way it feels to me. And they're going to do something about it. Right? I think if it is something like that, where they saw your picture, it's an old yearbook or something, I think that's what activated the soul connection on their side. I think they became, in a microcosm, a little bit obsessed. Okay? I think that's what's happening. And I think you might be the runner this time. I think you might be like, okay, well, it was great to hear from you, but time for me to fly. Okay? This is a very arrogant person. Tell me about the Page of Pentacles. Tell me about the Page of Pentacles, which is tied to the Page of Wands. I mean, my Freudian slip is valid. Ace of Cups, it's what I said. Ace of Cups, the Ace of Cups, look. I mean, it flowing over. All they did was have to see your picture. But the thing is they saw your picture from before. You know what I'm saying? They saw your picture when you were 15 or 16. I mean, I don't know. I don't, and they just got to have it, got to see how you turned out. I don't know. Sometimes it goes wrong and people don't look like they did when they were 15. I don't know. I don't think it matters in this case if that's something you're worried about. Well, Steve, when I was 15, I was a size 2. I'm a 22. I got you. But I don't think it matters. The soul connection's been activated. It doesn't matter to them. You still look like the 15. You feel like the 15. It was probably a connection that was supposed to be activated back when you were kids, back when you were young. It didn't for some reason. It got delayed. That's why it reads so immature. But it's active. Oh, it's on. Okay? Let's hope they didn't see your second grade picture. Right? There you go. All right, here we go. What's on top? 9 swords. Why is that here? The Lovers. Again, the Lovers was fueling that High Priestess. Everything I said just got validated. This is a connection it's filled with anxious energy. It's just somebody here isn't as worried about things as they should be. 9's the end in tarot. Somebody's not giving it too much thought, whether they don't care. They don't care whether with the Knight of Cups here and the arrogance here of the King of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. They don't care. You could be married. You could, it doesn't matter. You could have other things going on. You might not even be straight. You might have gone the other way, and they don't care. They don't care. A soul connection's been activated, but it's got a youthful energy to it. So again, this is probably somebody from the past. If you happen to be watching me and you happen to be going to a high school reunion or something like that, or you're talking to people about that, or you've got one of those coming up, oh yeah, that's future influence for you right here. You know what? I get they're attracted to you. I get that it's superficial, backs up everything I've said. I want to pull on this Ten of Cups, and then I'm going to pull on your final outcome, okay? I just want to pull on this Ten of Cups here. Why is this here? I understand this. I don't get this as much. And you might say, well, Steve, are you stupid? It's just that they're dreaming about, me, and they're having fantasies and all this. I get it. Yeah, that's the surface energy. But there's something else here. It has to... Oh, shut up. There's something else here. It has to do with those kids off in the distance or something. Not that you're supposed to have kids with them or something along those lines. But again, I've got kids and I've got adults. I think they may have been dreaming about this connection, but I think they were dreaming about what was supposed to happen. So the dreams are all about how things were supposed to play out. I don't know why you didn't have the connection when you were a kid. When you're a kid, you don't really control where you are. There's probably soul connections I was supposed to have, but I didn't get to because we moved around. My dad was a contractor. We moved around a lot. I've lived in over 6 states. 6 states, I didn't stay too long in any one of those places. So, sort of like being a military brat, I suppose, right? If you're one of those, you know what I mean. So there's probably all sorts of connections that were supposed to happen that didn't because I just one day I didn't show up at school. We were gone, right? It was a bit of that. So who knows why it didn't activate? You don't control it. Maybe you moved. Maybe they moved. I don't know. You don't even know who this is, so you don't know. Well, 10 of Cups. Why is it here? But I think they're dreaming about what was supposed to be. We get a lot of that right now. With the North Node placement where it is, we get a lot of that dreaming about what was supposed to be. It's a very dreamy destiny energy. Why is the 10 of Cups here? Hello. I'm spot on, people. That's karma. I'm just so fucking spot on. It's crazy. It's judgment. It's God's source, the universe itself stepping in and righting a wrong. Right? I've taught you about that a million times in the energy. The energy does that all the time. It rights a wrong. In the universe that we're in, it's on a frequency. Think of it like a radio station, 106.7. That's why you can hear me and I can hear you. We can see each other. We can interact with each other. Right? Because we're all on the same base frequency. We're all in the same baseline universe. Okay? Looking at it that way. In this universe, certain things are supposed to happen. All right? There are connections that are supposed to happen. There are things that are supposed to happen. When they don't happen, when something goes awry because of free will, and I talked about that at the beginning of this reading, right? Okay, I don't predict free will. When they don't happen because of free will, the universe corrects. It corrects itself. One of my favorite examples of that are people that I've researched that died in crazy ways. Like they were driving down the street on a sunny day and lightning hit a branch and the branch flew through the windshield and killed them, right? Usually, 9 times out of 10, if you research those people, they cheated death at some point earlier on. This right here, again, a situation, the universe correcting itself all the time. It's making a correction. 2 people were supposed to have a soul connection a long time ago and didn't, and now they're having one. I think in May, the more I read this energy, I think the soul recognition is happening on their side. I think you may pick up dreamy waves of it, okay? 8 swords. Yeah. Everything I just said just got backed up. Somebody here is dreaming about what was supposed to be. They wake up and they're like, oh God, what do I do? Who is that? Why do I feel this way? Right, there we go. 2 of Wands. So they try to figure it out. So somebody sets the intention to come towards you because you're driving them crazy, right? You're driving them nuts. They've had a soul recognition. They looked at your picture. They had the recognition. It's there. They're having the dreams. They're seeing how things were supposed to be. So, again, they set the intention to come towards you. So here they come. The Page of Wands. Let's see where we go. And this is what it is. It's just energy doing what it does. Certain things are supposed to happen. Our free will can mess that up. Like when I was a kid and I had to move. I didn't decide we were moving. It wasn't my call, right? I usually found out about a week before, you know. I remember I had asked this girl to a dance at one of the places we were at. And I had to call her and say, I can't go to the dance. And she said, well, why can't you go to that? I said, because I'm going to be 5 states away from you in about 2 fucking days. That's why, you know, that kind of a thing. Who knows? Maybe I was supposed to be with her. I have no idea. The universe will correct itself if it was supposed to happen. It'll either do it in this lifetime or the next one. Who knows? Either way, Page of Wands, it looks like there's some sort of correction happening here. It does it all the time. 5 of Pentacles. This is something you missed out on. It's a correction. I stand by my read. Plain and simple. The 5 of Pentacles. But I also stand by what I said earlier. I think when this person shows up, if this person shows up, I can't predict free will, you may wish they had just stayed out in the cold. Okay? That's a sideline energy. But yeah, something's coming towards you that you missed. Okay? It's exactly what I've said. What's on top? The Knight of Wands. Something's coming towards you. Here it comes. But again, back up. It's what I said. The Knight of Wands, this is an aspect of the Knight of Wands there. They might overstay their welcome. I don't think you're having a soul recognition. I think you might be the runner here. I think this energy shows up. And the moment it shows up, it overstays its welcome for you. I think you're like, well, great, it's good to see you. Yeah, I remember you from Springer School or whatever. I remember you. Yeah. And you're thinking in the back of your mind, would have loved it if you'd have just stayed at Springer School in the memory, but okay. Right? They overstay their welcome. This energy comes in. I think for you, you're not having a soul recognition. I think only they are. It's only happening on one side. It's not to say it won't happen for you later down the road. Maybe. So maybe you're nice to, if I would advise you to be nice to this person, just in case you have a soul recognition later, then you don't want to crawl back to them with your tail between your legs and go, you remember when I called you a dumbass motherfucker for showing up near my house? I just want to apologize. I was having a rough day, you know, that kind of a thing. You don't want to be in that position. So be nice. Always be nice until it's time not to be nice. It's a wonderful piece of wisdom from Roadhouse, which is Gone with the Wind where I come from. You know, it is a classic. All right, here we go. Why is that here? The 3 of Swords. Yeah, I can. Backing up everything I said. Every motherfucking thing I said. I think only one side. Don't be a heartbreaker. Don't tell this person to get lost. Be nice. Have a nice, fruitful conversation with this person. You're not having a soul recognition. They are. I believe in May of 2026, the energies are just setting up for this. I think they have the recognition. They look at the picture that they look at. Often the Page of Pentacles for me is somebody looking at your picture, looking at a picture, doing something. Usually it's pictured they're looking at the pentacle kind of a thing, right? So I think in May they probably have the soul recognition. They look at your picture, they freak out, oh my God, and that gets the ball rolling. So this may happen sometime down the road. This is probably future influence for you. But be nice. You know, if somebody wants to seek you out, be kind to them, whatever. You know, if they overstay their welcome, try to find a nice way to say, no, I don't think you should move in. You might want to go back to wherever you're from, kind of a thing. Try to be cool, all right? That's what I got for you. You know, little energy lessons. Sometimes things like this happen. There's always corrections. Our free will messes things up. You know, there are certain things that are part of a plan that happen, that are just ingrained in the, you know, hardwired into the universe that we live in. And free will can mess those up. It can, you know. So, and the universe does correct as fast as it can, whenever it can. It will sometimes get to it in the next life as well, okay? which explains a lot of things as well. But anyway, that's a topic for another time. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. Good luck.